This week we're on to number 12, a royal battle with events. So the children have done great work. We started at the beginning and they've gotten all the way up to here, a royal battle with events. And an event is when something happens in a computer program. So like when the keyboard is pressed, or I should say when the space bar is pressed, or when the up is pressed, or when the down key is pressed. So you need to give the computer code to figure out what you want to happen. So when we run our program, you're going to check your background. What type of background do you want? I want them in the city. So when I click run, now they're in the city. And then I could have, these other things. And we're going to talk about this as it goes through. But you could say things like, when the up arrow is pressed, move him up. You could set his mood to, maybe he's in a happy mood, right? So now when you click run, they're in the city, he's in a happy mood, and I press the up arrow, you press up over here, and he goes up, okay? So we're going to talk about that more in this lesson, but that's just the first one. Now, what do you have to do? You want Daisy to say something when you click run. So when you click run, what do you want to do? You want to have Daisy say, how are you doing? Now you want Daisy to switch to a random mood, okay, when you click on her. So when you click on Daisy, so if you want to, you could change this to a different person, but we're going to keep it on to Daisy today. When you click on her, what do you want to do? You want to make her a random mood. So now we click run, I take my mouse, Daisy, when we run, she says, how you doing? When I click on her, she changes her mood. So these are all events. When clicked, when the up arrow is pressed, when the down arrow is pressed. Add an event here so that the knight moves towards the dragon when the left arrow is clicked. So when the left arrow is clicked, I want the knight, which is here, I want the knight to go to the left. Okay, so I click run. Now I say when the left arrow is clicked, the knight goes to the left. Now we want the knight to run away from the dragon when you push the right arrow. Move the knight to the right. So now we have when the right arrow is pressed. Okay, so now we had when the left arrow is pressed, move him to the left. And now we'll have when the right arrow is pressed, move to the right. So you could change the direction here, and you could change this one. And we want now when the right arrow is pressed, he moves to the right. So now he can move either way. He can move left or he can move to the right. Help your knight get all the flags. To do this, you're going to have to move up and down, and left and right. So we have right, and we have left. Now we need up. And then we're going to need down. So here's up and here's down. And then we have to just add, what do we want to do? We want to move up. And then when the down key is pressed, we want him to move down. Okay, so you want it to make sense in your game. You want when the up arrow is pressed, he moves up. When his down arrow is pressed, he moves down. So here he goes here. Boom, he goes that. Now for this one, what we want to do is we want to have the knight go into the dragon. So what do you want to happen when the knight and the dragon are touching? You want to play a sound, so we'll play maybe the slap sound. We'll put that here. Then you want the knight to vanish. Okay, so let's see how that goes. So we click run. And we'll have the knight go up first to get the flags. He's got to get the flags, and then he's going to run into the dragon. Now let's see if we can get them to run together. When they run together, okay, when they run together, he'll vanish. Now here's free play. So for free play, you could make whatever you want. So you could say when run, set the background to, and you could change the background. Maybe you want it to be there. You could, put different sounds in. You could say, when you click him, he changes his mood, and then maybe you got a crunch sound. You could have, him vanish. You could have, when, let me do that here. When the knight is clicked, you could have him vanish. Maybe you can make a sound too. So we'll go over here, play a sound, and you can change the sound if you want. Maybe 1 point. So now I click run. I can move them with the arrows. You know, it makes a sound, and then I could say, you know, when I click, oh, he vanished because he got clicked. But anyway, here you could change your background. You can do anything you like for this one. So this one you have a lot of freedom to make your own game with events, and then when you're done, you click finish. So an event is when something happens, like when the left arrow's clicked, when the right arrow's clicked, or when you click the mouse. And then when you're done, you click finish. So this one, you basically created your own game for this last section here.